All right, happy Monday morning, guys. Officially the 4th of August. New month, guys. New month. And I just realized this. I need to play a very important video for you, but I'm going to do that tomorrow because I got to download the video so we can actually put the file here in Zoom so you guys can see it. But either way, good to have you guys here. Mark, what's going on? Tracy, good to see you. Paul, Domingo, Albert, Mary, Linda, what's up? Bert, how are you? I think I already said that. Jerry, see some of you guys on camera. Awesome stuff right there. All right, so um, before I dive into it, Bill, what's going on, my friend? Mr. Clean, rocking the white shirt with the shaved head.
All is good. Had a busy weekend. Looking forward to today, get back to work. It was a kind of a long weekend. We did a lot of stuff this weekend. So, like I told you before you went live, gotta get gotta get some content out there. So, looking forward to it. Things are happening. Excited.
Yep, for sure. For sure. St. Louis, Missouri. Do we have two people from St. Louis, or is this the same person? That'd be kind of crazy. Although, a lot of you guys are in a similar area. But anyway, yeah, I hear you on the content thing too. I was thinking to myself, I've been recycling, at least over on TikTok and some on Facebook too. I've been recycling a lot of old content. And by the way, guys, that is 100% totally okay to do. And we've talked about that in previous lives, either in a teachable where we're teaching you guys how to go create, really quick and effortless content, and you can 1000% go recycle old stuff, especially if the content performed before. Guess what? The content is going to perform again, guys. 1000% don't hesitate to recycle old content. It's a great way to put out new content, even though it's old. You guys can either A, reuse the same exact video, or B, go grab the hook, go grab the intro from older pieces of content, and then just redo that a few different ways. Okay. And again, we've talked about those things many, many times. So, what I want to share with you guys today, I kind of want to just share a message. And for those of you guys that are active in our Facebook group, hopefully you guys have seen it. I shared the post yesterday. I actually want to share my screen. I want to show this post here because um, it's very, very, it hit and landed really, really deep with me, and I want to explain that here in just a second. So let me share my screen and let me just kind of show you guys this post again. If you haven't seen this, I'm just going to read it real quick. Um, Think rich, you'll see opportunity. Think poor, you'll see obstacles. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. Two people can look at the same situation and see two completely different things. One sees potential, the other sees problems. One asks, how can I make this work? The other says, why even try? The difference, it's not resources, it's not background, it's not luck, it's perspective. Train your mind to seek growth, surround yourself with solutions, look for openings, not excuses, because when you start to think rich, life starts to open doors. And 1000% that could not be any more true. Stay focused, stay driven, stay abundant. Um, I mean, you guys know around here, we talk a lot about mindset, attitude, being driven, staying focused, all of those things. And one of the reasons how I stumbled across that post is, well, I didn't stumble across the post. I actually created the post with the help of ChatGPT a little bit. But I came across that quote on Facebook, I think on Saturday. I posted that in the group yesterday, Sunday. And I came across a post on Saturday. It was from another influencer, another leader. And it was literally just the quote. And it just said, you know, think rich, you'll see opportunity. Think poor, you'll see obstacles. And for me, that landed exactly at the time I needed it to land. Call it divine intervention, call it the universe reaching out and saying, hey, call it, God's way of remaining anonymous, whatever you want to call it, whatever the thing is. But for me, and I was actually talking about this yesterday with my wife. We went out to dinner. It was our anniversary, 12 years. Crazy, right? I was talking about this with her yesterday is like I've been feeling, and I'm just giving you guys real honesty here, and like we've all been, through some stuff. But I want you guys to know too, like, everybody goes through stuff. And I was at a point where I was just kind of feeling like, I was hitting a lot of walls. I was hitting a lot of obstacles. Okay. Hitting a lot of obstacles. And, I'll give you a couple examples here. The main thing is my Facebook account, right? Still no answer from Facebook. My account got suspended for 180 days. I had 80,000 followers. I mean, 80,000 followers that have built up. I would post a video, it would get minimum 500 to 1,000 views, if not way more. My Facebook account generated me a lot of sales on a weekly basis. That's one thing. The other thing is like my TikTok accounts. I have one main TikTok account, which I focus on, 23,000 followers, had some really, really good momentum. And then lately, my TikTok account has just been flat AF. You guys can do the math with the words with the initials there. Flat as hell, right? Um, I'll post a video, it'll get maybe 100 views, maybe 200 views. And it's just like 23,000 followers. I should be getting 500, 1,000, 1,500 views minimum on all videos. And I'm just like, man, I'm just hitting obstacle after obstacle. My Facebook account is fighting me. My TikTok account is fighting me. Like, what the hell's going on here? And I was just seeing all these obstacles, all these challenges. I was almost finding all these reasons as to why this won't work, why I can't like go get leads and sales right now. And then as I was in that moment, that's when I was on Facebook and I just happened to scroll and I saw that post. And I thought to myself, I'm like, why am I seeing obstacles? Like, seriously, like, why am I seeing obstacles? Like, I've been here at this point in this moment so many freaking times. Like, I've had challenges so many freaking times in my life. And I've always found a way, either through, over, under, around, whatever, always found a way to keep on going, push through, and get those results. So I was like, man. And, in conversation with my wife last night, again, we were talking about this stuff, and she's like, man, she's like, sounds like you need to adjust your mindset. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got to take a dose of my own medicine. And I was like, I do, because like winning in this business, winning in this industry, when you really think about it, and Bill, you and I have talked about this 1,000 times, it takes one person to join your team and blow everything up. One person, one video, one little shift in your business to completely turn the tables and completely shift things. And, you know, all of us, every single person here, every single person that watches the replay, it literally takes one moment, one video, one thing that can completely change your business. So do me a favor, guys. Just comment right now. Comment, it only takes one. I know for me, I thought about, lately over the past couple of days, I was thinking like, man, it's like things just like, it's just not working. Like, why is it not working? And it's, and I had to realize, again, I had to take my own medicine and realize it's not me that's not working. It's not the social platforms that's not working. It's just that I'm just looking at it wrong. I'm literally just, the second part of that phrase that I gave you guys, right? Think rich, see opportunities. Think poor, see obstacles. I'm seeing too many obstacles. I need to start thinking rich. Okay, so I want you guys to comment that right now too. Comment, think rich. Think rich. And when you do this, and I'm getting it back into this positive mindset now, which is obviously why I'm sharing with the stuff with you guys. And this is all real life shit, guys. Like, I'm just being super real with you guys. This is all real life stuff. You know, when you're in the zone, the mental space of thinking rich, opportunities will just start jumping in front of you. Okay? Just start jumping in front of you. All right? And I'll give you one example. Nothing is even happened yet, but the process has started to happen. As I shifted into this mindset, I was scrolling through on Facebook and I always see people you may know, right? And when I'm building my new backup Facebook account now, which is hopefully temporary until I get my old one back, I'm building this new one up. Okay. I'm not adding in any friends and family. I'm not even really adding people from the team. And I'm just being honest with you. And it's nothing against you guys. Like, I love you, but I'm just trying to keep it all leads, all brand new people. Okay. Just completely fresh start, new, you know. And as I was scrolling through and I saw people you may know, I saw an industry legend show up in people you may know. Someone I've never worked with, someone I've never communicated with, but someone that has the power with one post or one email would literally, quadruple our team size with one post. Like that's the influence this person has. And I was like, add friend. And then literally seconds later was like, so and so accepted your friend request. And I was like, hey, hey, hey. So now it's like I'm thinking, all right, let's start thinking rich and start seeking out opportunities and letting opportunities fall. You guys have all heard the phrase before, everything happens for a reason, right? So it's like when I was in that negative space of seeing obstacles, that post, like when I scrolled up, there it was. There it was right when I needed it. Think rich, see opportunities. Think poor, see obstacles. I'm not a poor thinker. I'm not. I couldn't have gotten to this stage in my life and achieve the things that I have thinking poorly. Okay, always looking for opportunities. But can we have bad moments? Can we have bad times? Can we have bad days? Sure. The whole thing for you guys is you got to find a way out of it. Okay, and there is always, 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 always a way out. Bill, I'll kick it over to you for a minute here. Like, again, you and I have talked about this for years. Like, we're always just one person away, one post away, one thing away from that having like that major impact in your life, that major impact in your business, that major impact financially. You know, I even know,
Absolutely.
yeah. And
Um,
like, whether it be, you know, uh, Shannon or Kylie or Kirsty or Catherine or myself or you, like, we've all experienced this in different ways when, you get big mo riding and all of a sudden, like, you go from making a couple of sales to making like 10 sales a day. You get videos that take off, that you get videos that go viral. And it's just like, it completely changes everything. Changes everything.
yeah, I mean, it's what you explain is my kryptonite for me, for the industry, for everything. I mean, I have bumps and bruises. The bigger your team is, the more bumps and bruises you have. There's a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but if you the most important thing I feel, and I learned this a long time ago from some of my mentors before the internet, and is your recovery time. You'd see Dan didn't dwell on this all week. He might have thought
Put that in
about
the
it
comments
for,
right now, guys. Just type in the words recovery time. That's super important.
yeah. So the 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 shorter your recovery time is, the more successful you're going to be. With successful people, that's how they move. And I remember it's funny as you get older and more bumps and bruises, more bloody noses, your recovery time gets a little longer. Mine used to be like 2 seconds, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but it gets a little longer. But it's funny. I have some of these moments that Dan talked about, but really the kryptonite for it for me to beat it is when those they come in is that I know I have my plan. I know I have my company. I got to look in the mirror, and that's really who it is. It's the
Mm-hmm.
person in the mirror. I got to get me right. Once in a while, I reach out to Dan. I have a moment, and I
Mm-hmm.
reach out to Ivy Stokes. I have a moment. But the truth is, guys, I mean, when you talk about bigger bumps and bruises, in one of our fulfillment companies in the past, I built something really, really big, and I didn't. The truth is, guys, I didn't have to recruit anymore. So I'm at ground zero with most of everyone here. So I had to restart. And I do not let that depress me because I know where I'm going. I know that I haven't, for the program, integrity is very important to me now. Money used to be, and now it's both. So I know that I'm moving in the right direction um, to get where I need to go. And like I said, the recovery time, I know where I was going with this. So real quick on that note, Dan, is that I'm not going to mention any names, but what I want you to understand also, I saw something also over the weekend, and it's some big producers, some big leaders, and they jump around because they don't have any recovery time. They just jump around. And one of the biggest, most popular programs, the number one recruiter put their income up. And it was funny, Dan, they have 10 times the amount of people that we have on our team. And you and I know you and I are, our paychecks are bigger. And
Hmm.
that's not to brag. It's just that it's not the plan.
Yeah.
It's not the program. It's the person in the mirror. And yeah, so I'll close with I have those bumps and bruises. Monday mornings are usually like, this is the time, to catch up. I got a lot to do today
Hmm.
and get motivated. But as far as the one person away, I mean, I think I came up with that quote years ago. That's why I'm in this industry. Um, Everyone has to make sales to pay, and you guys heard me say it, the peanut butter sandwiches. That means your bills, your everyday stuff, your extra money.
Hmm.
But when you're in the right program, you got your head right, all of a sudden you're just moving along, all the ups and downs, and then someone either joins you or joins one of your team members that is someone like Dan said, the legend. I call them, lieutenants and captains. When you get a captain, it's game over. I mean, they'll bring 1,000 people in overnight,
Hmm.
and that's what we're all looking for. You may not know it. Yes, Dan. When Dan's having one of these moments, when we're talking on the phone, we end the call by, we could go make sales all day long,
Hmm.
and that's great. That will pay the bills. But I always end the call with, let's go get a leader. Let's go get a leader.
Yeah.
Let's go get a
We
captain.
never end the conversation negative. It always ends
Yeah,
positive.
let's go get a captain and let's do it. And that sets us up for the week because we do have a little contest. It's not written down or anything, but I'm the first one he calls when he lands a captain, and when I land a captain, I'm probably the first one he calls, and we celebrate each other because that's what this industry is about.
Hmm.
Um, that's what you're setting yourself. That's what you're setting this business up for, is getting yourself a captain.
Hmm. Yeah, and in regards to recovery time, and a lot of you guys type that, so thank you for that. In regards to recovery time, like the longer you're in this industry, the more work you put into it, and more direct, the more work that you put into you. Okay, not the more content you put out, or the more posts you write, the more videos you make, the more you work on you, your own personal development. The more you do that, and the longer you do that, that recovery time becomes less and less, meaning it's not going to take you as long to recover. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? Comment makes sense. Now, here's where a lot of people fail. And by the way, the only way to fail is to quit. Like, you don't fail because you just can't learn how to post. You just can't learn how to do something. You just can't learn how to figure something out. You can learn anything you want. Okay. Just realize how simple that is. You can learn and do anything you want. The only way to fail is literally to quit. You don't fail by not succeeding, you fail by quitting. Okay. So when you're in the beginning, like, and you're having a bad day, you're having a bad moment, you get down into that valley of, oh, I can't figure this out. I can't do this. This is hard. This is hard. This is difficult. And you're stuck down in that valley. And it's going to be harder, because when you first get in, what? You got energy, you're motivated, you're excited, and you're running off of that fuel. Okay. And then at some point, that fuel can start to run out. Okay. And you can put more fuel back in the tank by, personal development, by generating leads, by getting a sale, and then boom, that belief level stays up. But if you're not doing the work up here, if you're not doing the work, that fuel is going to run out, and then you're going to dip down into the valley. When you dip down into the valley, okay, in order to get out, okay, you have to put the work in. Okay. And that right, that first valley that a lot of people, most people, 90 plus percent of people go into when they start an at home business, doesn't matter what it is, 90% of people dip down into that valley, and most of those people cannot get out. Okay. So let that sink in. Think about that for a second. How you get out is with personal development, motivation, reading, listening, developing you, your mindset, your attitude. Remember that post I shared with you guys a little while ago? It's just perspective, it's how you view things. And if you view things in a negative way, if you view things as obstacles, getting out of that valley and getting back into, motivated, driven, consistency, all of those things, it's going to be very, very difficult. Now, here's the good news is as you're doing the work on you and you get out of that valley, the more work you do on yourself, the more consistent you are with your mindset, your attitude, developing your skill sets, and doing all the things to build and grow this, the more you do that, the next time you dip down into the valley. And for me, my day was Saturday. I was like, oh man, what the F? I'm dealing with like Facebook, I'm dealing with TikTok, I'm dealing with crap, whatever. And then boom, I saw that post, right? And then boom, that huge influencer showed up. And now today, I'm going to go down the road of reaching out to that person. Whether they say no or yes, honestly is irrelevant to this specific conversation. If they say yes, I mean, great, amazing. But it doesn't matter because now I'm driven and motivated to reach out to this person. I'm back on let's freaking go get this. You know what I mean? But the more you work on this, the more you work on your personal development, when you dip down to those valleys aren't going to dip so deep. Okay? Does that make sense? They're not going to be so deep. They're going to be much more shallower and you'll be able to pull yourself out quicker. And the more you keep working on your personal development, your growth, your attitude, your outlook, your perception, the more you invest into this, those valleys just become smaller and smaller and smaller. And like we said, that recovery time gets shorter. Okay. So hope we, you know, so how can we help them get out of the valley? Who's them? Who you're referring to when you say them? How can we help them? I mean, this is all about you guys. This is all about you and your motivation, your push, your drive, because let's face it, guys, this is a uphill battle that every single one of us face. And that's why we're here on a Monday here, Mindset Monday. It's why we're here talking about this stuff because this is all very, very real stuff that we all face.
It
And
it really is real. It hit your bottom line. Everything that Dan discussed,
yeah,
we're not talking
absolutely.
about, losing his Facebook and stuff like that. He'll tell you his sales have suffered from it. That's his income. He does this full time and he's not in panic mode.
Hmm.
He just, you know, sold the post and said, "Oh, I know what I need to do."
Yeah. Yeah. And this is where, let me just be crystal clear, blunt, direct, and honest here. The number one thing that you can do, to like if your team members are down, right? If your team members are down or people around you are down, the number one thing that you can do is work on you. So, meaning like be a little selfish. The number one thing that you can do is work on you. Okay? Because if I wasn't working on me, I wouldn't be here showing up for you guys. And you also got to remember this too. This is really important. Like you can't fix people. You cannot fix people. People need to fix themselves. Okay. So,
And I know what Surfer Bro's talking about because multiply your team by 100, and then we have the like-minded team members, and we have others that we're still trying to help, but they have work to do.
mhm,
Um, I don't know what the word is. You have to be numb to it. I don't know if that's the polite word, meaning when Dan says work on yourself, you can't take care of others if you're not taking care of yourself. I always
exactly.
learned that. So, but yeah, I mean,
And you can't
We we
fix other
we
people
get
too. Like,
we get people that we invest, in the begin, all of a sudden they come in, we launch them, we all have our copy paste launch. Someone has more questions than usual. We remain patient because all the information is where we just sent them, but they're still asking a million questions. And we sometimes we go out of our normal way and we say, okay, let's do it their way. And then next thing you know, they quit the next day. That happens. Dan will tell you,
mhm.
our me and Dan have a pet peeve. That's what drives us crazy.
Yeah,
Uh, you think when someone joins and in the same day, I mean that's another. It's a funny thing, but that's probably one of the most things we hate, right, Dan? Out of
yeah.
everything.
Well, let's talk reality too here. I mean, we've had some amazing leaders on our team. Um,
Yes.
and this is real life, guys. We've had some amazing leaders on our team that have just burnt out. They've burnt out from the build, from the content, from doing the day to day stuff. And I've had team members say to me over the years, "Hey, I'm just gonna take a mental step back or whatever," and they don't recover from it. But this is really important here. Understand this. It's not my job to fix that person. Like if they're down mentally, I can open my doors, I can offer support, but it is not my job to fix them. It is not your job to fix somebody else. Okay. Like we are not psychiatrists, we're not therapists. We don't get paid to do this stuff. Like it is not your job to fix someone when they're broken. You can certainly be there. You can offer support. You can, be an open door like I try to be. The number one thing you can do is you can work on you. Okay. So everybody comment that right now. Work on you or work on me, whatever you guys want to put.
You
You
know,
need to work on yourself and invest in yourself because let's let's take this outside of a mindset standpoint and let's look at this from a different way. you know, I hear a lot of people like, they want to help the poor, right? They want to help poor people. Well, if you want to help the poor and you want to help them, get better, the number one thing that you can do if you want to help people that are struggling is to not struggle yourself. Is to if you want to help the poor, don't be poor. Like be rich. That's the number one way to help somebody else. Don't be one of them. Like, don't become another poor person and then fall down into the well. And then you're sitting there trying to and then what? Like, you're going to be a poor person trying to help another poor person. It's kind of into the phrase of misery loves company. I'm sure you guys have all heard that before, right? Misery loves company. So it's like if you're and you go down into the well of like people that are bitching and moaning, complaining, and the government this and my boss this, and you know the man's holding me down, and I'm making less money, and blah blah blah, and people are down and negative and poor and just in that very negative space. The best way for you to help them is to not be one of them, and the only way that you're going to make that happen is to work on you. Okay. Because if you become rich, then you can donate your money. You can donate your time. You could do the things to help the people that are in need, but you're not going to help them by being one of them. Okay. Yeah. Or like the blind leading the blind, right? Yeah. And that's a great idea for a short video. But the whole point of today, guys, is, just to give you guys some perspective and just to keep it real, to 100% keep it real, guys. Like, just you're going to have moments. You're going to have moments where you want to give up, you want to throw in the towel, you want to, you're going to see things from the wrong perspective. You're going to see obstacles, you're going to see challenges, you're going to see, uphill climbs. All that stuff is normal, but you want to continue to develop this so you're shifting your perspective and you're seeing things differently. And you just remember the first half of this phrase. Think rich and you'll see opportunities. So no matter what it is, and that's always been my outlook, guys. Whenever I see something, I think, perfect example. When I see other influencers, content creators, people that are having like huge amounts of success, whether it be in network marketing or, creating content online. I see them having huge amounts of success. They're buying new cars and buying new houses, and they've achieved like so many great things. When I see them, if I had poor mentality, I would think, they're so lucky. They're so lucky. That's thinking poor and seeing obstacles. There's no way I could ever achieve that. Cool. You're right. You're right. Good for you. Right. Or I could see those other creators out there, as other influencers out there, and I could be like, man, they're not doing anything I can't do. You know what? I see what they're doing, and I think I can actually do it better. Okay, I know I can do it better. I see what they're doing, and I know how to do it. I need to go do that, right? That's my opportunity. That's what I see out there. If they can achieve it, man, so can I. They're a normal, everyday person just like me, and if they're making X amount of dollars per month, if they're reach the top of their company, I know I can do that too. I'm going to go follow in their footsteps. I'm going to go learn from them. I'm going to go grow and develop and see what I can learn from their content, what they did, and how I can apply that myself and get similar or better results. You know, it's
Oh, Shannon, yeah.
it all depends on how you look at it. It all depends on how you look at it. It's all about your perception and how you view things. If you see obstacles, you're going to continue to see obstacles, and it's going to be very difficult to get through or around those obstacles. If you shift your perspective and you think rich and abundance, you're going to, the obstacles won't even be there. You're just going to find a way through or around them because you're thinking in a different way. Okay. So, hope this stuff makes sense, guys. Okay. Hope this makes sense. Yeah. And of course, Shannon lost her Facebook account too. And you build it all the way up and then it goes away, and you can look at that as an obstacle. You can look at that as failure. You can look at that as, so many different negative ways. Or you can be like, hey, you know what? You know what? There's other ways. There's other methods. You can start from scratch. You can do things differently. You can do things better. You can take everything that you've learned and apply that with the right passion, energy, and excitement and go create something amazing. Or you can let it pull you down. It's up to you. It's up to you guys.
All comes down again to one person away. And
Yeah.
on that note, when Dan mentioned about we've had leaders on the team over the years, you got to know why you're here. If you're here for the side hustle, that's great. You want to make extra commissions, extra money, help you through the week, that's great. But I still want you to all everyone here, because we don't do a good enough job. It should be our mission statement. For the people that are here, do you know why you're here? You really are one person away. You couldn't side hustle enough sales to catch when a captain comes on you by you or one of your people. Remember I said that you don't got to be the person that brings the superstar in. It could be one of your side hustle sales
Mm-hmm.
that made 70 bucks for you. And all of a sudden, yeah, 70 bucks is great. But all of a sudden, two generations down, two levels down, there's this person you don't even know what they look like. You don't even know their name. You just know that someone on your team brought them in, and they go out and they create a buzz, a wave. You've arrived. I mean, it's given me an exercise, and I welcome everyone to do it. And Dan will tell you, I've gone to other superstar salespeople. Hear what I said, salespeople on our team, and said, "Why aren't you? You're incredible. Over the years, different people, you're incredible at making sales. I don't see anything going after leaders." Dan will tell you, it's not. Hey, listen, they're happy, but but it's almost like shooting yourself in the foot. Like I invite everyone to make a video, especially our video people. I see Domingo here, Mary, Shannon likes to do the videos on YouTube. I invite all you guys to come up with a title on something like, if you're an leader, we need to talk. I can pay you more than any other MLM company. Hit them where they want.
Mm-hmm.
You get one of those people in, you cannot outproduce a captain, no matter if you're making 100 sales a week. A captain's team will make more money.
Mm-hmm.
So remember why you're here. You're in this industry. Yes, it's side hustle where you can make affiliate commissions, but network marketing, MLM, which some people are afraid to say, I love the word. It's the best industry because you own a company. you own a company with unlimited levels. So
Hmm.
go out and make a video. Let's get some captains in here and you watch how fast your business grows.
And another thing too, real quick, guys, like for those of you guys that need support or need motivation or just need to work on your mindset, when you guys are in the team site or in the app, same thing, guys. Come on down here to the bonuses section and then go right down here to mindset mastery. There is a killer um, list of videos right here that you guys can just go listen to on the daily basis and just kind of go immerse yourself into this stuff here. Because, again, the reason why we have this in the team training site in the first place is this is stuff that people need. And you might not even realize you need it when you first get started. But at some point, like I said, at some point, we all go through this. You're going to dip down into the valley. Okay. It's going to happen. So that stuff is there for you. It's in the bonuses section. There's so much incredible added value in here. But that mindset mastery, might want to go take a look at it. Okay. Other thing I want to ask you guys about too is, and I want to wrap up today with this, is we had a great presentation last week on Tuesday with Ivy, co-founder of MyEcon, and he spent a lot of time talking about increasing your cash flow and talking about the income shifting. How many of you have done the income shifting? Just comment income shifting down below if you guys have. But more importantly, how many of you guys have done the income shifting and then come on over to our post in our Facebook group and commented on how much money you guys have added to your wallets, to your bank accounts every single month? Because so many of you guys, like, we only have a small handful of people that have actually gone over to the post and commented. And I know for sure that there's more of you guys um, there's more of you guys that have done it than have actually gone over there and posted. So make sure you guys go hit that post, and I'll share it with you guys so you guys can see it here. Okay, make sure you guys head to our Facebook group right here where it says it's one of the featured posts right at the top. Okay, it says whether you're on mobile, you're on desktop, whatever, and make sure you guys come over here, watch the video, understand how to do the income shifting, and whatever the dollar amount is that you guys have saved, like Jason, an extra $608 a month. Okay. Another Jason, 55, almost $5,600 a year in additional income. Okay. Corey, $600 a month. Mark, $700 a month. Beth, $570 a month. Mary, $420 a month. Isabella, $780 a month. Sherry, $400 a month. All of these folks, hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month in additional income by doing the income shifting, which is right in your back office. And if you need a little assistance with that, again, just kind of watch this video right here on this post as I take you guys through that. Okay. But this is the best way for you guys to utilize, like, really, truly utilize what we have and put more money back in your pocket. Okay. So, in my opinion, we do not have enough people that have done this yet. Okay. So, once you guys have done this, go back to that post and comment on how much money you added to your bank account. So, doesn't matter how long you've been with us. If you haven't done it yet, you really owe it to yourself to go do that, so you can increase your income. You can be a product of the product. And just like Ivy said last week, he gave some great testimonials, some great feedback of people that are literally, um, have that is what they're using as a tool to share their information. I know Mark's here. He's probably gone and created some content around how much money he saved and how he's utilizing the income shifting. Not only as Mark, let me know if that's the case, but I'm sure he's used that to not only, like, he didn't just hog it all for himself. He's probably using that to create content, to create, literally additional tools and resources for his business rather than just saying, "Oh, cool, let me just hold this all in for myself." It's a great thing. Mark.
Yeah, that's what I've done with most of my content. My latest content is about income shifting.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, and again, you're probably sharing what? Hey, I just gave myself, you don't have to recite the video, but like what would be some things that you would talk about in the video? Like you just added X amount of dollars for your family every single month?
Yes, I tell them about income shifting or ask what income shifting is or if people are income shifting. And then I did it and I was able to put over $700 back in my pocket.
Nice. Now, stupid question. How did that make you and your family feel knowing that you're now getting an extra $700 a month?
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah. Now, what are you doing with that money?
Paying off debt helps pay my house payment. It helps pay my motorcycle payment. It helps pay my truck payment. It
Nice. Nice. What kind of bike you got?
ultra limited, Harley ultra limited.
Nice. My last bike was a '09 Street Glide, Spark and
Ah,
Chrome, all the way to go. All right, good to know.
mine's
Uh,
blue and gray.
there you go. There you go. Well, appreciate that. Thank you, sir. But that's it, guys. It's a great way for you to have another story to tell, and not to mention put more money in your bank account. So if you guys have the opportunity, if you guys are a standard W-4 or W-2 employee, which most people are, go do the income shifting, please. I want to get more testimonials for our team, for you guys to use, and I want to help you guys put as much money back in your pocket as possible. That's really it. Um, Bill, obviously, I know you know, we agree on this. Like, we don't talk enough about the products at all.
I was just going to add that maybe after this exercise, you put a post up about the credit repair, because like I said, we don't push it that much. I don't know why, Dan, but like in
Mm-hmm.
2018, when we brought in
It's all we
like
pushed. Yeah.
tons of people, that's all we talked about was credit repair. And the credit repair works, to do it
Yeah.
yourself. Everything works. I mean, but it really does work. There's no need to pay anyone to do your credit repair. So I don't know, maybe no one's done it. If anyone's used the credit repair, oh, Linda. Yeah, just let us know and maybe we'll do a testimonial post for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or mix them. You can mix them, Dan.
Yeah, you know, funny but real life story. When I first got started back in 2018, my credit was in the pooper, because I got involved in a high ticket affiliate marketing deal back in 2016, and I invested tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, it's funny how
Oh,
people think
wow.
like, oh, I can't afford $100. Like my first big business online, I invested $40,000, 40 grand. I had to take out a loan, a business loan, just so I could get in, right? Which I did. I did all that. And then I invested all that money and I made zero of it back. I made like maybe a few hundred to $1,000 in commissions, maybe. And then in 2017, that company that I was with got shut down by the FTC because they were doing some shady shit. And I lost my entire investment, literally lost it all. And at the time, I couldn't afford to pay it off. So my credit took a dive. I went down to like a 500 and something credit score, and I had to battle back. And that's when I got into my econ and I started using some of the techniques that my econ teaches for repairing your credit. And it took some time. It's not instant, it took some time, but I battled all the way back to an 800 credit score. Stuff works, guys. Stuff works. So
When
you
I
guys do it.
first met Dan, like he said, that was his story. I didn't know all that, but I remember he was becoming a student of credit cards, and points. I remember this. And Dan, he became like a scholar with with credit cards and points. Remember, Dan, you were doing all the points and
Mm-hmm.
uh to get your hotels free. Like you still do that, right? You got all the points and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You were really into it, and you really did. You raised your credit score. Now your credit score is like impeccable. You know,
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, 800 plus. I mean, I love Mary's comment here. She said, I did the credit repair. I was 610 and now in the 800s. I mean,
it's incredible.
yeah, I mean, talk about being a product of the product. Like that's incredible. And think about that, going from the 600s to the 800s. Now, when Mary goes to get a loan or goes to get, refinance anything or whatever, like, having an 800 credit score, it's like you can almost like write your own ticket with that. It's such a good place to be. And she says another great comment here too. I've been here almost a year. Between the W-4 and the credit repair, I have a better, better myself for my family. Every moment has been worth it. Love that. It's straight up, guys. Like that's what can happen if you invest into yourself, you use the products, and that's commitment too. That's also being in it for the long haul. Mary didn't show up for 5 days and be like, oh, it's not working, I'm gonna quit. Like, no, she stayed in it. She invested into herself. She's learning new things. And, she's saying now video marketing is fun. It used to be nerve wracking for her. And now she has having fun doing it. It's like this is how you can develop over time, guys. It's please keep in mind, like, this is a journey, guys. This is a journey. All right. Okay, cool. Well, that is it, guys. Unless Bill, you got anything else?
No, I just love Mary's like her journey.
Yep.
And it goes back to what you just said about using the products. The people that are diving in and taking the time, not to boast another one, but the Cash app. That's Ivy Stokes' favorite. The Cash Flow app. I'm sorry, the
Cash
Cash
flow
Flow app.
manager. Yeah.
The manager. That is Ivy Stokes' favorite app. I've been with him, for lunch or dinner or something. He literally still takes a picture of that receipt right at the table with that cash flow app. I
Hmm.
mean, literally everything you do, you could do in real time, and you just hand the file to your professional. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe we'll do, we haven't done this in a while. Maybe I'll do another training, um, with credit cards, because
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
it's such a valuable asset. And I think some of you guys, comment credit training, if you guys remember, when I did the credit card training specifically on credit cards, and then talking about how to manage your credit cards, how to take advantage of your credit cards. So, and I'll give you guys a quick example. Okay. So for me personally, I don't spend any money for literally anything except my mortgage. That's the only thing, because you can't put a mortgage on a credit card. But I don't spend any money personally out of my bank account. None, zero. All of any of the money that my wife or I spent, every single purchase for anything, utilities, bills around the house, going out to eat, groceries, gas, whatever, all goes on one of two cards. Goes on a hotel's credit card, or it goes on a flight's credit card. So anytime we do anything in life, we're earning points either for miles or for a hotel. Okay. So yeah. Um, and now, like, I think we have, I don't even know how many we're with our hotel credit. Like, we're literally approaching 1 million points, like 1 million points. So think about that, having almost 1 million points, and you go to travel somewhere and you're staying in a Hilton or whatever the hotel is for free. You go to get on a plane, you're getting a free flight, free hotel. That's a pretty cool
hmm
vacation right there. You know what I mean? And it's just by doing it smart. So
So one last thing, that Mary let the cat out of the bag, but we did talk about this on one of our last trainings. With Ivy. So we have AI. They're updating the credit repair. Mary is correct. We're going to
yeah.
have AI credit repair, which
Hmm.
which basically, I guess, is like Chat GB. It's basically going to tell you what letters to write and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know everything, but all I know it's going to be it gets better and better
Yeah, of
for
course. And they're testing it now, which is really really cool. I'm really excited about that. And I just for me, I just this is where you see think rich, and you guys see opportunities, guys. Like, this is where for me, I'm thinking not only is this going to help a lot of people, this is also going to be like a whole new avenue of content. You know, my econ introduces AI. Oh my gosh, you gotta see this thing, that you got to see what my econ just did. Like, unbelievable new content for my econ. It's going to be really really cool.
real quick, Dan, I know we're closing out, but it goes to what your original message in this training today. You see what we just did? We just went from, you might have been having one of those moments, like you said, and now all of a sudden, I swear, I just physically got butterflies because when you said new content for the credit repair, that's how I got put on the map with my econ in
Yeah.
2018.
Yep.
So I'm getting another chance, another opportunity to to have another wave with a new product. That's a
Mm-hmm.
new credit repair product.
Yep.
Like literally, like I got a lot to do today, but that video is going up today.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why not even start creating content now? Why wait? Hey, guess what's coming? You know, tease it, hint at it. That alone will get some traction.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't have to have the product right in front of you. You can still talk about it. You know, Pretty cool stuff, guys. All right, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Take time out of your day. Hopefully, maybe you guys gain some perspective, some foresight, some insight, some value.
good
Um,
stuff.
Remember, guys, there's always a way out, always a way through. This right here is the number one most important thing you guys can do is to work on you. That's it, my friends. See you guys later.